Hello, I'm Chelsey.
And I'm Sammy, and this is Deepish. Hi, guys.
Hi. We have the amazing Sarah Merrell on the podcast today.
If you guys follow Sarah, she is the DIY queen of the internet.
Yeah, Sarah flips it.
She was so inspiring to talk to because she's someone who's always been super career driven, really worked hard at her career, and then built this other career simultaneously, and then has transitioned to that recently. She's like, literally, you can do anything you want to do. You're capable of anything.
I know, we were just asking her little things like, what should we do to get started with this or that? She's like, no, guys, literally, you can do it. You can do anything, not just the DIY aspect, but I was saying this during the podcast. There's this through line of just life lessons as she's talking about following her dreams, doing this amazing, successful, influencing career with Sarah Flips It. It really is so special. What do you want to do? What are your goals? What are your dreams? They really are attainable. There was a lot of little phrases she was saying. I was like, yes, yes, yes.
I know she'd be telling us a story or something, then she'd just drop a one-liner of inspiration. She's in the DIY space, and it may not feel that deep, but she has a lot of intention about just like empowering people to know that they're capable of anything, and gave us a lot of good tips. And she's such a fun follow. You guys seriously should go follow her. She's just so talented with her delivery of things and just her vision of things. It's so fun to watch.
Oh, and I just in general loved her.
I know.
Her personality, her coming in here. I'm like, wait, you're literally my new best friend. And as she was leaving, Sammy was like, what would you do in this space? What would you do in this space? And she's giving us like, all of these.
Oh my gosh, she gave me so many good tips. I'm like, Kate, can we walk through my whole house and just tell me what to change and what to add? Because I just feel like my house is just such a basic builder grade home where I want it to feel more custom. And she gave me some good tips. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go make my Pinterest board right now.
I know. Oh, I loved her. She's also a mom of 4. So that motherhood aspect too was nice to bond with her and connect with her. And just like, okay, if this mom of 4 is just out here being a boss, we can all do the hard things.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I love how she like integrates motherhood with her business. She says you can't do it all, but it feels like she's doing it all. Whatever she's doing a good job by it. I'm really excited for you guys to listen to this episode.
Yeah, here's Sarah.
That's so cool. Like, look at you guys.
I know, and you have the DIY.
Yeah,
you guys killed
I'm
it.
gonna freaking pick your brain as you're walking out. I'm like, so what would you do with this space?
Oh my gosh,
really
please.
quick?
That's my favorite thing ever. That's going to be my retirement plan. You guys are so awesome. Wait, what other companies did you guys have?
We had a baby clothing company
Okay.
called Smalls.
I think I saw that.
Yeah,
it was
probably.
Cute.
It was cute, but then people discovered Shein and it just became not
Freaking
like
Shein,
yeah. Because we weren't ever planning on mass producing our clothes. We weren't designing them or anything. So we kind of hit it when the boutique was hot. And it was such a fun.
It was
like
cute. I remember it being cute.
And our profit margins were so good. Then now with the tariffs and everything, I was like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But the fact that you guys survived that and you're doing something else together, that's pretty freaking sweet. Best
We do really well working together.
That's good. I mean, you can tell.
But you have to have all the hard conversations and all that rapport.
Yeah.
But it's like we've done that. It's like a married couple.
Really, though.
But it's good.
Really, though.
I mean, you got to do it with someone that you are obsessed with anyways. It works out great.
I love you guys.
We love you. Thank you so much for coming on and driving all this way. Like,
Oh my gosh.
when she's like, Sarah Merrell messaged us back, I was like, yes,
Oh,
I'm so
okay.
excited.
And just even texting you, I'm like, I can tell you're a homie.
Dude, I know. I was seriously thinking that. Like, when we were texting, I was like, are we best
Was there
friends?
chemistry?
Literally chemistry.
Yeah, that's so cute. Okay.
Okay, Sarah, welcome to Deepish.
Hi, thanks.
How are you feeling?
So good.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is so
I can't
fun.
wait to get to know everything about you. So we were chatting a little bit before, but tell me where you grew up.
I grew up Utah County, Orem area.
How was that vibe? Did you like it? Was it a stereotypical Orem upbringing?
Yeah, it was pretty stereotypical. It was great. I feel like my childhood was pretty magical. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think everything is perspective. If I wanted to, I'm sure I could pick things out, but I do feel like so much of it is just perspective. And like I choose a magical childhood.
How many siblings do you have?
5.
Oh, wow.
Have you seen the Brady Bunch? My family. So there's 3 boys, 3 girls.
Oh, wait, so you have 5 siblings, so you're one of 6.
Yes. So I'm 4 of 6.
Okay.
So 3 girls, 3 boys.
It's so funny because I have 5, including me, and I'm second youngest, so I'm technically middle child, but I do not resonate with
the middle child thing.
Do you resonate with being middle child?
Kind of. Some things, yeah, I feel.
Okay.
Like juggling all the different olders and youngers, but I'm pretty middle. I don't know what the percentages are.
What were your parents like with you? Were they super strict? Were they more relaxed at that point?
Yeah, I had pretty strict parents, I would say. Well, it depends on what like we're talking about with strict parents. As far as faith and religion goes, I had a pretty strict upbringing, but it was always so much love.
Yes.
And strict as in my mom would let me do anything I wanted ever with because I was super artsy growing up. Like I just always loved photography before it was cool. I was making videos before YouTube was a thing. So I just been in my room just slopping paint together on the carpet and she's just chill with it. So it just kind of depends. There were relaxed on some areas, but in some areas there wasn't. But
Okay. So you grew up Mormon?
yes.
Super devout household.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's how my family was too growing
Really?
up. It's so
Yeah.
funny because my husband, he's from California and he's just so chill. And
Yeah.
his religious upbringing is so different than mine. It is different growing up.
Totally.
Well, at least for me it was. How was it for you? Was it like seminary, scripture study, all the things?
All the things. Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting because I feel like it also varies household to household. My husband, same. And we both just had different experiences, goods and bads and all the things. But then at the same time, I just like to give my parents a lot of grace. As a parent now, sometimes I just feel like everybody's looking for a reason to be mad.
Totally.
Everybody's looking for
the
a
trauma.
Everyone's looking for the freaking trauma. And I'm just like,
Can we not?
can we
get
just chill? Can we take a step back and give our parents some grace? Because now as a parent, I ask my 6-year-old now all the time, I'm like, okay, buddy, how would you do it differently? Help me, because I'm a mom. This is how I'm trying to help you learn. Is it helping you learn? Because that's my goal at the end of the day. If it's not, help me. What would you do? You
I
know?
love that.
Well, I feel like us as the classic millennial parents, we're trying to undo a little bit by communicating more, by accepting a lot of fault and
Yes.
blame and being more accountable. I think that that's one thing. I look at my parents and I'm like, they definitely did the best that they could.
Totally.
And I love them so much.
Totally.
But I can see a lot of flaws. I wish they would have communicated things better to me. I wish they would have taught me things differently. I wish for me it wasn't so embedded and it was just doused in religion. That's their blueprint for everything. And I'm like, I wish you would have taught me a little bit more about how I'm feeling and thinking and all of the things. And I
Totally.
think us as millennials, I think we're breaking through a lot of those patterns that probably our parents broke some of their parents' patterns.
Yes. Yeah. Totally.
But I do like your perspective that it's like I'm choosing not to dwell on certain things. And also, I agree with that. As a mom, I feel like I have so much empathy for my mom. But your mom, like freaking 6 kids.
Yeah.
So what did your parents do growing up?
So my dad, he's still working at Adobe.
Okay.
So a lot of his career was at Adobe. He did a lot of different things, but right now now you're putting me on the spot. My dad's going to listen to this and be like, you don't know what I do with my life.
Know what parents do?
Right? I'm like,
even?
he went to work and typed on his computer.
Something corporate.
Yeah. No, but he does customer experience for Adobe right now.
Okay.
So he's basically the intermediary between how the customer is receiving product, and then he kind of goes back and tells the team how the customer's experiencing. I guess,
Okay,
you know?
cool. And your mom?
She's a full-time stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Yes, just
was she artsy? Like, where did that
so
spark?
artsy.
Okay.
My mom's incredible. She's very realist, oils, pastels. I mean,
Oh,
the
well, like an
canvas,
artist.
like an artist. She's incredible. Yeah.
Okay, so is that where that spark struck in
Yes,
you
I think
early
so.
on?
I think so. And it's funny because I want that same thing for my kids, but trying to navigate that's what I was saying before. My mom gave me a lot of space to create, which is really hard. But as someone who benefited from that as a child, like I had friends, we were just talking about my best friend. Her mom was very much the opposite. Clean house, make sure everything stays as is. As soon as the milk comes out, the milk goes back, you know. Anyway, my mom was just very free. I always like to say she's like a hippie, but not like
hippie.
she's like granola AF, but like
Okay.
granola, you know?
Like literal
Like
homemade
legitimately,
granola.
like chickens in the backyard growing sprouts in the windowsill.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's awesome.
So do you feel like you got a lot of that from her? Like,
I do.
You watched her be artistic, and then you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's fascinating and interesting."
And
Are
she
any of
let
your-
me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she gave me space.
There was
to
that
just-
freedom.
Yes. And like I'd be in all of her expensive art supplies and she's just letting me, which is hard as a mom.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So anytime, like I always like to say, save your nose for important things. Anytime I'm about to be like, no, don't play with that. I'm like, it's fine.
Wow, I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Because it is constantly like, no. And picking your battles. Because at the end of the day, your
Yes.
house is going to be messy.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
it's like, are those crayons on the table really going to,
It's going to be fine.
yeah.
But it's hard as a mom because you want to feel put together and it's important for your mental health. It's a balance. But I feel like as moms, especially like young moms, I feel like my immediate response when my kids ask me for something, especially if it's inconvenient at all, it's like, no. So now I'm trying to take a step back and recognizing my childhood and all the freedom and space.
It sounds like you have a very fond memory of your childhood. Like that's resonating with you. Your mom not being so anal about certain things, that's sticking to you. And I'm sure you want your kids to have that same experience growing up. My mom let me be creative.
Yeah.
And probably make mistakes and mess up and spill the paint and do all of the things.
All the things.
It is hard.
It's hard. And my husband's the opposite, which we always laugh about. Like when dad leaves, I'm like, okay, guys, paint's out. Let's go. He's the clean one that likes and like I'm organized too. I don't mean to sound like I'm rolling around in the mud, but I think it's fun to just kind of let them do whatever they want.
But treasure that with your husband because my husband is not clean.
Oh, most aren't. I know.
And I'm just like, please, because he just literally doesn't see mess. And I'm like, babe, you've been climbing over that same pile.
Like just, it's fine.
All week and it doesn't exist to him.
It's so funny too that you say that because anytime I feel like that anyone is not complaining about their husband but venting about their husband, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the husband. Like legit.
I'm
you guys
with it all.
Like any of those like relatable videos where it's like, I know there's some really funny accounts like the girl and the boy. I am always the husband. Is always the wife.
Are you sitting on the toilet for 45 minutes?
Okay, that one no. That one no, but everything
But he's
else,
like maybe a little more needy than you are.
a little bit.
But I love that for you.
I love it.
Yeah.
But like it's funny though. Just it's just funny. Things he cares about. I'm just like, I don't care about then. Anyway, it's just funny. Our dynamic's weird too, right? Like I'm the one with tools and he's the one cooking dinner. And I'm the one like
that.
It's my garage.
But is that kind of you were growing up? I just get this sense that you're more chill vibes. Were you a dramatic little girl? Were you into the drama?
Weren't we all? I'm just kidding.
In some way.
I don't know. Probably, I don't know. I feel like I was somewhat of a tomboy.
Okay. Did you play sports growing up?
Volleyball. Yeah, and club volleyball. But then my best friend was a cheerleader, and everyone's always like, "Oh, you cheered and danced." I'm like, "Absolutely not." Like,
no.
That'd be a little rough. Yeah. So
And
I don't
you
know.
went to Timpanogos.
Uh-huh.
Did you like that?
Yeah, it was good.
Would you ever move back to Utah County?
Never.
Why?
It's so busy, guys. I'm a country girl.
Oh my gosh, I go to Brigham City. And
I am
I'm
a country girl.
Scared.
No, see, I envy it. I would love to move up to
you-
Brigham City.
literally.
I'm with you.
That is so funny though, because when Justin and we dated for 4 years, which is a whole other story. I was like, "There's no way I will not move to Brigham City," and here we are.
Yeah, so he's from Brigham City. That's
Yeah.
how you ended up there?
Uh-huh.
So how did you guys meet?
Utah State. So we both went to school.
I went to Utah State as well.
Go Aggies.
Go Aggies 1 year, and then I met my husband down here.
Okay, that's fine. I go Cougars.
But
Just kidding.
I want my kids to go to Utah State.
Yes,
so bad, 'cause
it's
it is
the
like
best.
so
This
fun.
college town.
That's what it
So
is.
fun.
It's
It is
so
like your
college town.
stereotypical. Yes.
And the campus is like a campus.
The fall leaves and the old buildings.
Were you
It's
there
the
for 4
best.
years?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So I want to hear how you guys met.
So he went to school for a while. So we're 6.5 years apart.
Okay.
He's quite a bit older than me. I went to UVU for a year.
So this is right after high school. You went to UVU. Did you know what you wanted to do?
No, I didn't apply to any colleges.
We love that.
We
Just
love
UVU.
it. Literally,
Log
like,
in.
can I come tomorrow? Hi.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe my parents did talk to me about college, but I swear they did not.
That's
Wait,
how I felt too.
that-
I'm like, oh, am I supposed to be doing
What?
this stuff?
What?
Yeah.
That's another representation of your parents being so chill.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're like, okay, yeah, no.
Do whatever you want. Yeah. So I don't know, which is hilarious because I got a 4.0 in school and I had a decent ACT. I'm like, why did I not connect
I
the
could have
dots?
gotten this
Free.
full ride scholarship.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fine though. But yeah, so I went to UVU for a second. I was living at home and I just felt like my
Stagnant
best
a
friend
little
started
bit.
dating someone a little seriously. And I was like, what am I doing? Time to move. And so went up to Utah State, met Justin. So I would have been like a sophomore, I think.
And then you met him like right away. How'd you guys meet? Oh my gosh, let me guess.
Okay, guess. Please
Was
guess.
it the
Paint the picture.
howl?
You'll never guess. No.
Okay, was it at a frat party?
No. Oh my gosh, you're all the places I would not be.
The bookstore.
I'm way less cool than you think I am.
Okay, I guess like some random bookstore.
Or you
No.
guys just had a class together.
No.
Wait, no.
Guys, this is fun.
Okay, wait, let's think.
You guys were cleaning the sink at Angie's.
Cute. No.
Oh.
We didn't actually meet at Utah State, so I guess I'm kind of like tricking you guys.
Okay, the one Walmart. That's
the
there.
one Walmart, just down the Walmart aisle. No, so it was summer, and I feel like my advice to all college kids is stay for the summer.
I never did, and I regret it.
Stay for the summer.
Okay.
Because it's like a zombie apocalypse. Like everyone leaves and all the survivors are still there like working or doing summer school and you just find each other and it's so fun. If you choose to
love
find each
this,
other, you
yeah.
gotta. put in some effort. But anyway, and so we were in a hot tub with this kid we called Headband Mike. We met him in the hot tub. Okay. It was Headband Mike because he had long hair and a headband or whatever. So me and my friend from college, we were in the hot tub and he's like, hey, you want to go boating with my friend tomorrow? And we're like, sure. In Idaho. I'm like, okay, whatever, because we're close to Idaho.
Yeah.
So it was random. So me and my friend went with this stranger boy, Headband Mike, and we were on a boat in Idaho. And then they're like, oh, we're going to pick up another group of boys. And I'm like, cool.
Boys?
Boys. And so my husband was one of those boys, and he got in the boat. And so it was basically like a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. So random.
So just love at first sight. He gets in the truck and you're just like
we just both kind of gave each other crap, and I was not looking to get married, guys. I never really cared about that. I was very career driven and wanted to go places. I always wanted kids, but that was
future,
kids, you know? Mm-hmm. And he's older and ready and down, and I'm like 20 years old.
Yeah,
like,
you're 20,
no.
he's 26.
Yeah.
So were you like, you're so old?
Yes, I was shocked. I was like, you're 26? Like, are you going to die soon?
Did you feel like you always wanted something different than the basic Utah life trajectory? Like when you're talking with your friends in high school and they're like, oh, I want to get married and have babies, or you're like, oh, I'm going to move to New York City, I'm going to become an artist.
I was like a nervous chihuahua. Honestly, even Utah State felt like, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like we discount. We think everyone else can do everything, but when it comes to ourselves, we limit ourselves so much. Mm-hmm. It was the one thing that I remember from psychology, and it's called the fundamental attribution error. And it's, you can believe something's true for everyone else, but it doesn't apply to yourself.
You think it's just so easy for people, but feels so hard for you.
Kind of, or like it's not even like
an option.
Attainable.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? What's your armchair theory? You have things like that?
Well, I think everyone is to some extent. You two are killing it. And you're like, yeah, we started like 10 businesses and we're just still rolling. But I feel like a lot of us get stuck in our own heads. Like, we're not good enough. We're not smart enough. You know what I mean? There's kind of only one way to go. So even Utah State felt scary to me, which people hearing that now, they're like, why, you're a fearless DIYer. I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. We're all the same at the end of the day.
Being here for a year after high school and then deciding to move, even if it's in the same state, you're moving 3 or 4 hours away by yourself. Like, that's scary. That took a jump, I'm sure.
Yeah, it did. It felt very scary.
But you probably grew so much.
So much. And I think, too, we have this weird finality thing in our heads. At least I do. And I'm sure other people are. I don't know if you guys are similar, but like, nothing is permanent, really. So you move and you hate it. Then you readjust your cells and you do something else. There's so many things in life.
Because we're all constantly like searching for safety. And so once we find safety, we have to hold
Stay
on
here.
to this.
That's it.
But I think it's something, a lesson that you learn where you go through enough change and you're like, okay, nothing lasts forever, unfortunately, because you just want everything to stay the same.
Yeah.
But then you realize there is so much power in change. And I love that.
Okay, so you're on the boat.
Okay, yeah, we're back to the boat. Boys in the boat.
Headband Mike.
Yeah.
So did you guys just start hanging out?
Do you want to hear the funniest thing?
Yes, I do.
So we're all on the boat. It's good vibes. I was kind of flirting with him and his other friend, just filling everything out. He group messages me on Facebook with me and my other friend, Justin, and me and my friend, my girl.
Oh,
so me and these two girls.
Just
I'm like,
seeing
babe,
which
were you
one
just
would bite?
Literally, I'm like, were you just keeping your options open? He's like, well, I didn't want it to be weird. I'm like, it was weird.
It was weird. Like, you should have just messaged me.
Yeah, like, and it was like a cute thing. Like, hey, I think he was trying to make it less aggressive, which was nice.
Yeah, and I think that's less intimidating for him. Like, hey, girls, we should all hang out sometime again. That was fun. Versus like, hey, Sarah.
Yeah. And I would have been like, ugh.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So which one of you responded first? Were you like,
I don't remember. I've been like trying to look back at that. I can't remember. But then we started hanging out more and more. And actually, it's funny because we met in July and he didn't ask me out until October.
So you just hung out all summer?
Yeah. So we were just besties.
But you built a friendship.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was way fun.
So then how did you transition from the friendship to the, oh, there's something here?
Yeah, he asked me out.
Was it love at first sight at the Howl? In October?
No, he asked me out and we actually totaled his car on our first date.
No. What
serious,
happened?
Guys. I'm like, is this a sign from the heavens? He claims that I was pulling his head and like flirting.
Trying to get down with him?
I guess, yeah.
Like, kiss me.
Kiss me, you handsome devil. And they had put in a new stoplight and it was stop traffic. And then we were cruising and then the car in front of us swerved out of the way because they weren't paying attention. We probably weren't either, but they weren't paying attention. And he swerved too and he nicked the side and it totaled it.
Were you guys okay?
Yeah, we were fine. But I remember the tow truck driver's like, so how long have you guys been married? I'm like,
First date.
yeah. But we still went. We went to the Utah State BYU game, and it was fun.
Oh, that's
I wouldn't let him buy me dinner because I was so stressed that he was going to have to spend so much money on his car. I was like, this poor college kid just starved through the game. Like, I'm fine.
I don't need the nachos.
Yeah,
We're good.
just survive on air mostly.
And then you guys just started dating.
Yeah.
So how long did you guys date before you got married?
Like 3.5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Guys, like, I'm like, what?
No, literally, like
4 kids later, and I'm like,
We're just quizzing
trying
you
to
on
think
things from like
back.
2014.
I
Like,
love it.
so where were you on this?
Where were you on this?
Yeah.
Day? How'd you guys meet? Good thing I could answer that one.
No, because me and my husband, we dated for 4 years. And I remember it was like, blah, blah, blah. Such a big deal. And
was a
looking
big deal.
back, we were babies. We still
Totally.
got married at 22.
Right.
But everyone was like, when are you getting married? It's
Yeah.
so much
Yep.
pressure.
Yeah.
Did you feel similar?
So similar. And then I felt like people were looking for reasons why. Like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with him?
why is
What
it so long?
what
Yeah.
skeletons are in his closet? And I'm like, literally, I just want to graduate first.
But isn't that for both of you kind of a badge of honor now? Where
Yeah,
you're
kind
like,
of.
I
I
did it
kinda
for
wear it
3.5 years. Like, I was
Yeah, I
expecting you to stay
survived.
6 months.
Well, the funny thing is, so he's older. He was ready to get married, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want to go to California. Let's go for spring break. His brother lived there. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And we had been dating for 6 months, which is like an affinity in
Yep.
Utah time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I'm taking you to California, right? I'm like, why? What? And he's like, oh, I'm going to propose.
And
I'm like,
Whoa.
he's like, I got the ring. I've talked to your dad. I'm like, shut up. You're such a weenie. Like, no. And then that whole trip, it was in my head, like, does this kid really want to marry me? Because I am not down.
I'm
What?
not ready or
Yeah.
not down to marry him.
No, I didn't want to get married at all. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to graduate. I want to have a career. And then, like, 2 days after we went to California, and it was fine. It was a good trip. I broke up with him.
Good times.
Good times.
Because you were just like, whoa, bro. Like,
Were you
Yeah.
just scared? You're like, this is too much too fast.
Too much. Yeah. I think I was just scared. But
What did you tell him? Like, how did you break up with him?
I remember. It was a blur.
like, sorry.
I'm like,
He's
I just don't
heartbroken.
want a
But
boyfriend
did
anymore.
do you think he really had a ring, or was he just
No.
joking?
Oh my gosh, no. He was totally just messing with me. He was just being
But he was
funny.
in it.
I think so. Yeah, he was.
Okay,
was
so
the
then
same
how
for
long did
you.
you break up for?
Not long. That's the only thing we ever fought about was marriage. Ever.
Because he wanted to get married.
He wanted
and
to get
you
married
want-
so bad, and I was like, I do not want to get married. And he's like, then what am I doing?
You're saying I don't want to get married ever, or like until I graduate? Is it
Yeah,
like-
I think that's kind of what it was, but I never said that. It was just
Okay.
in
You're
my
just like, I
head,
don't
it
wanna
was
get
like,
married.
I just know what happens when, you get married. The wife's education has to go
Take
to
a
the back.
backseat.
Yeah.
Good for you though, for fighting for yourself and your dreams.
And at the time, I don't know that I knew that, but I did.
Yeah, I feel like that's a unique perspective. Can you pinpoint why that was such a important thing to you? Was it example? Was it just cautionary? You saw how other people's relationships are, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't want that.
I don't know, honestly.
Or you just were like, my career and education
Yeah.
is so important to me that
It
this
was.
is going to get in the way of that.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was it. I was always just very career driven, and it was really important to me that, if I'm going to start this, I was so far in it. And it wasn't like Justin was like, if we get married, you are not going to school,
You're gonna stay
like,
home and make me a sandwich.
yeah, no, it wasn't like that at all. So I don't know why I had that in my head, but we were laughing about that last night actually. And he was like, we could have a 10-year-old right now because we have a 6-year-old. He's like, that's wild. Because it was funny. We were just like pillow talking last night, and he was like, what's different about our relationship than how you pictured it being? I was like, honestly, it's so much better than I imagined it. And that sounds cheesy, but it is. Anyway, and so it was just kind of
Those
interesting.
conversations are so happy. Just like
So
the
happy.
questions, the pillow talk. I love that. That's so
Especially
sweet.
your origin stories. Like,
Yeah.
what did you think about me?
Yes.
And going back
It
to
was
that.
special. It really was special.
So when you say career driven at this point, had you locked in, like, I know what I want to do? When
So
you were
yeah,
at Utah
I
State?
didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I was studying public relations. I knew I wanted to go the marketing route, PR route, because I always really loved that, representing people and storytelling, which is a lot of that, and writing and just all of the things. But I think with marketing, you can go a lot of like sky's the limit. So I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to have a career.
So then you graduate, and did you get married right after?
Yeah, kind of. Because he had graduated for a while, and we were doing long distance, and he was working in Lehigh, I want to say. I remember this story way wrong. I'm sure he's going to listen to this and be like,
So he came
"Absolutely
back
not."
down to Utah County to work.
Yes.
And you were still up in
Yeah,
Logan.
going to school.
Was that hard on your guys' relationship?
Like I said, the only thing we ever fought about was marriage.
So he was like, let's get
Legitimately.
married and be together. In his mind, he's like, this girl doesn't want to marry me.
Probably. And also, looking back, I have a lot of like empathy for him, because I'm sure he was like, if you aren't into getting married, I gotta go look for someone. Because I can remember us having a sit down conversation, and it didn't feel like an ultimatum, but he basically was like, Sarah, I love you so much, but I want to get married and I want to be a dad. And I'm getting older. So if you're not interested in that, you need to tell me. And I remember just thinking, is my life better with him in it? And the answer was yes. And I was so scared. I think the fear of things just paralyzes me. But then I was like, you have to take a step forward at some point.
Was he your first serious relationship?
Yeah. I mean, I had a missionary, so that was a thing, but it wasn't a thing. He was like my first, like, let's get married.
So were you engaged when you graduated?
No.
Okay, so you got engaged after.
Yeah.
And then did you get married pretty quick after?
Gosh, I can't remember. It honestly wasn't that long. I think it was the summer after I graduated, I want to say. I got a job in Logan. And I remember it was kind of weird because I told my coworkers I was engaged, and I had been there for like 2 weeks at this new job, and they were like, congrats, like, I don't know you.
You know, like, do you want to celebrate? Or
I'm like, hey, your name's Janet, right? I got married. Cool, huh? I'm engaged.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So you took a job up in Logan, and he
Yes.
had his job down in Lehigh.
He moved jobs. He was in Salt Lake, and I was working in Logan, and he decided he wanted to get his MBA at Utah State. So then it's kind of nice because we were both in Logan.
Where were you working at the time?
Juniper Systems, which is like a subsidiary of Campbell Scientific, if you guys have heard of that. It's the exact opposite of what I'm doing now. It's a B2B tech company that does mobile data collection for rugged environments.
Okay, I'm
People just
just go dead behind that.
Yeah,
as we
go
start talking.
dead, right? But yeah, so working with all 40-year-old dudes and living my best life.
Were you doing marketing there?
Yeah. It's actually super wild. So I was there for 6 years,
Wow.
and I started as a marketing writer right out of school, and I was the marketing manager when I left.
I remember.
Wild.
This is where I clocked. Because, okay, I remember you starting to do the dressers. Someone posted, because we went to high school together.
Yes,
we didn't
yes.
know each other, but someone posted a dresser or something. And I was like, oh my gosh, loving everything you were doing. So I started following your page. And then you posted that you're packing up your office as a corporate manager.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, first you make it in the corporate world, and then you're just like pivot, and then now you're the successful DIYer. So I want to walk through this whole thing. So,
Okay, yeah.
because that's kind of like in your mind, you've kind of made it at that point where you're like, sweet, I'm doing what I love. I'm doing what I went to school for. I'm a manager of marketing at this great company. Was there for 6 years. And motherhood. So you start having kids while working, right? So how is that?
Guys, it's a trip.
Yeah, I want to hear everything.
So where were you at in your career when you had your first kid?
Okay, let's see. So I got engaged when I was a marketing writer and got married. So it's just crazy because I had all 4 kids. No,
While you were-
3 while I was there.
Yeah.
And then I had my 4th when I wasn't. So we got married 2 years. Then we had a baby, Cooper. Went on maternity leave, came back. And I remember it was just rough.
Was it always your plan to work? Were you like, oh, maybe I'll go part-time or maybe I'll stay home? Was it like, no, I'm dedicated to this career. I don't want to stay home.
I think I was very open to whatever happens, happens, and I'll be okay with it. But I do think that it was always really important for me to have something. And I think too, a lot of why I feel like I was so driven in school and why I really wanted something is because I did watch my mom struggle. I just remember watching her go from mother of 6, just fully involved and dedicating every last ounce of her to her children, to empty nester. And then I just watched her mental health shift, and it makes me cry even just thinking about it. But you go through this, you have 100% control of your kids, and then you go to 0%. And I just watched the mental toll it took on her, and I was like, I don't want that. I can't do that. And it scared me so bad that I was going to get to that spot. And I mean, motherhood's just wild as is,
But
right?
maybe that's a little bit of subconsciously why you were so career focused and wanted that. Maybe you were like, I do want something for myself. Maybe in the back of your mind,
Probably that.
But
you
everyone
realize
realized that.
that.
Yeah. But I had every intention of coming back with my first. Like, I was
Okay.
pregnant. I told my boss I take maternity leave and come back. I was terrified, though, because I didn't know what that was going to look like, because it's just so unfair as a female, because you want to be a good present mom, but you also want to grow And you can't be both, but the husbands can be both. I don't think we talk enough about how
It's
much it
crazy.
is wild. It just blows my mind because you can be an awesome dad and you can have a full career and you are applauded for it. But the second that you choose your career over your kids, it's like, oh. Or vice versa. You get shamed no matter what you do and you literally cannot win.
No.
There's no formula.
Yeah, because if you just stay home, it's like, oh.
You're just a stay-at-home mom.
And it's like, no, that's 15 jobs in
No,
one.
yeah.
It's weird though, because I'm reading this book right now. It's just a cheesy chick flick book, but in it, the wife dies and he has a baby. And so he has to put his baby in daycare to work. And then I'm just like, he does it all in my heart. But then I clocked it. I was like, if that was a woman, I would be like, oh my gosh, but your baby is suffering without you. You have to work. Isn't
That's what
that
I'm saying.
so weird?
I felt so much guilt either way. But then I remember my husband having the best conversation with me the day before I was going back to work. And I remember just sobbing. Anyone out there that has gone through going back to work after having a baby, it is gut-wrenching, especially going full-time. And I remember Justin just saying, give it a good 3 months. If you are miserable at the end of those 3 months, we'll figure out something. It's not permanent. Give it a good fair shake and then we'll adjust. And I remember just that feeling of the relief of it not being
Permanent.
my forever.
There's hope. I don't have to do this. I'll try it, but like this isn't a sentence to life. Yeah.
And that's so true with everything. I wish we all, and maybe it is just me, but I just wish everyone had that same. You know, just like, it's going to be fine. So I went back to work. It was okay. I struggled through postpartum with my first for sure. Had a lot of postpartum depression and just the whole pumping situation at a tech B2B company in the back room. It was not great for my mental health. And just not producing milk and feeling like a failure, not connecting, just all the postpartum things with first-time moms especially. That was a little rough. Had my second. Kind of same thing. Or no. When I was pregnant with my second, that's when the story happens. That's when Sarah Flips It was born.
Okay. Yeah.
Out of the most random thing ever.
Okay, yeah.
Why we're all here today.
Why we're all here.
As
So you've
pregnant.
always been artistic.
Yeah.
You're pregnant with your second. You're working a full-time corporate job,
Yes.
managing employees. You have one baby and you're pregnant. Where do you even have the energy or time to want to flip a dresser?
Well, see, and that's the thing too, is I feel like so much of me was being pulled into work, which I loved, but it was work. And then my family responsibilities. And there wasn't really much else. And I could feel my mental health just really struggling. It's like if you don't have something you're excited about, and not that I wasn't excited about being a mom or working somewhere I love. I feel very fortunate that I had those things. And it wasn't even that I was looking for something. So that's the funniest thing is I'm like, okay, we have to move my baby into a toddler room so we can make room for the new baby. And so I'm like, okay, I need a dresser. We're going to all these places and it's just like old rustic dressers that are $2,000. And I'm like, I hate all of these. And so start looking on Facebook Marketplace. And this is COVID. This is 2020. And I'm like, Justin, I just want a dark blue dresser with gold hardware. And I can't find that anywhere. And so I'm like, I'm just going to flip a dresser, which I had done kind of dabbled in the past. So I flipped this dresser for my son's room. And then I just got addicted to Facebook Marketplace and finding these dressers and flipping them for profit. I was making hundreds, guys. I was like, whoa. Called it my dresser money.
So you would buy a dresser, you would paint it, stain it, change the hardware, and then just repost it on Facebook Marketplace.
I would get these dressers anywhere from free to like $25, $30, and I would be selling them for like $400.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Like
that
wild.
And
but a lot of work, no? Was it a lot of work?
Yeah, like I feel so bad for the people I sold dressers to in the beginning because I'm like, oh, don't know how those guys are holding up.
But like even just stripping the paint and sanding down the little edges. And
yes,
like,
but I loved it. Like I would go in the garage after bedtime at night after work, put in my headphones, and it was like
therapy.
And it still is now. It's just incredible having that fills your cup so much. So here I am, 8 months pregnant, in my bra in the middle of July, sweating to death, standing this dresser with this huge mask on because of the fumes. And I just started flipping dressers after he was born. And then it's actually my boss at my job that was like, you should do an Instagram where you have the carousel feature where you can see your before and afters just to document them. I was like, that's such a good idea. I won't tell a soul. I'll just have this as a scrapbook. And so I'm like, oh, Sarah Flips It, that's cute, whatever. Type it in. Like, no thought, you guys. There was no brainstorming.
So this was a separate Instagram, not from your personal.
Not my personal. Yeah, this was Sarah Flips It. I was just going to go with it.
But you're not like, okay, I'm going to be the next DIYer.
No.
Like, no big goals, no big dreams. Just.
No. At this point, I was
Passion
still
for
like, hey,
dressers.
Justin, I want to add this trim to my dresser. Can you go cut it for me? Oh, it needs to be a little bit shorter. Can you go cut it again? Most of us women were like, go use the power tools.
Yeah.
And I was still there when I started Sarah Flips It. I didn't know it was connected to my phone. So then all my contacts that were on Instagram, Sarah Merrell just started a new account, Sarah Flips It. And so I go to work the next day and my coworker's like, what's Sarah Flips It? And my heart drops. I'm like,
No.
no. Then I just started rolling with it. And that's where you saw, I was like, I'm just going to do this dresser giveaway, whatever. And it kind of just started taking off from there. And here we are. Here we are.
Okay, so you have 2 kids. You're still working at the corporate office.
Yeah.
You worked there for what, 3 more years?
Yeah. So then I had 2 babies at home and I was still working full time, but this was COVID. So I was working from home.
Okay.
Then I went back in the office part time and then got pregnant with my 3rd. And it was at that point where Sarah Flips It was starting to take off. And I was feeling a little bit more overloaded because it went from solely a hobby to something that was starting to provide for my family. I was starting to become like a legit content creator.
So when you say it started to take off, at this point, from where we left off, you're flipping dressers, selling them for profit.
Yeah.
Did you start doing other projects, or was that from selling stuff, or were you starting to get brand sponsorships?
Yeah.
What?
So I hit 10,000 and that's, I think, when you can start working with brands. So I started working with brands, not making crazy, but enough to be like, whoa, do we have something here? Am I going to do this?
If I could make this much on this video twice a week, we would
then
be
I can quit my
set.
job.
Yeah.
And not that I wasn't happy with my job. I loved it still, but it was a lot to be away from kids that much time. And I just started feeling really heavy about that. Not being able to pick up my son from preschool and just all the heavy work mom stuff. It was just starting to feel heavy, especially now that I had 2 kids at home.
Because were they in daycare, or did you guys have a nanny or something? Or what did you guys do for childcare?
We had a nanny that came to my house and watched them, and just the sweetest.
Because what does your husband do for work?
He's a project manager for a financial software company.
Okay. And he likes his job. He's career driven too.
Yeah. And he helps me a lot with Sarah Flips It behind the scenes, actually.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure.
I always say, this is Justin Flips It. I'm the dancing monkey. I'm just the one that's just like, okay, boss, tell me what to do so I can pay for this next project. But anyway, so I'm at my job, still loving it, but just feeling stretched thin. Like I was stretched so thin. I even remember KSL came to do an article on me and I was in a bad mental health. You know when you have a bad mental health day that you just can't stop crying and everything feels hard? Yeah, KSL shows up with the lights and all the thing and it's like, you are so inspirational. Tell us everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this sucks.
I have nothing to
Blink
tell
twice.
you.
Help me. Yeah, it was rough. He was actually my old professor and he was like, they made me reframe the story because it was too heavy. I was like, cool, love that.
Cool. You're just like,
Cool,
yeah,
cool,
and I'm
cool.
depressed.
Yeah, and I'm also depressed.
Because do you feel like
Yes.
you were still dealing with some postpartum
Yeah, for sure.
stuff?
For sure. I don't know how it is for everyone, but for me, I feel like it's gotten a little bit better every time because I recognize.
The sign.
I recognize it quick when I'm feeling heavy.
What helps you?
Medication.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I think it's a lot of things. I actually made myself a checklist after my 2nd that was like, make your bed, get dressed. And I remember I had a rule when I was working from home. I was like, you can either put on makeup or do your hair, but you have to do one or the other.
I love that.
Like the second you wake up. And that helped a lot, honestly. And just getting outside, not even necessarily exercising because that can feel like too much, but go outside for breakfast. Just little things. And then also just once you get to the point where it's like, there's no shame in getting actual medicated help, which I hate being on medication, but you got to do what's best for you. So just recognizing the things that actually help me.
you say that like I hate being on medication.
I don't know. I just don't like it.
Like the stigma or just how it makes you feel?
I don't know why. Even like Tylenol, ibuprofen, I will wait until...
You're just in excruciating
Yes,
pain.
how stupid is that?
Like, I don't need this help.
I'm like, I am fine. I am fine.
That's
But-
so sad as women because that's
I
how
know.
I was
Yeah.
after my first. I was
Yeah.
anxiety really
Yeah.
bad and my husband had to force me to take medication
same.
and I felt like a failure.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I can
That
do it,
was
I can
it.
do it.
Yeah, I can do this. My
I'm
life is
strong enough.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is stupid. There's people out there that need it way more than I do. That's how I always felt in therapy.
But then I look back on it because for me, the reason why I eventually got off medication is because my body was metabolizing it so fast. So I've been on 6 different medications and now I'm trying to not do medications.
Yeah,
which,
totally.
To be determined.
We're fine over here. Everyone's fine.
But looking back on it, I'm like, take the Prozac.
Yeah, literally.
It's not a big deal and it's so minimal and it can help so much.
Oh yeah, if you find the thing that's right for you, it can be night and day. But then again, there's other things that you have to work your very best to do, I believe.
Well, because there are deeper rooted things, because eventually, hopefully, there could be a point where you're feeling so strong. That's how I was. I felt so strong mentally that I was like, I'm going to try to wean off of this because I don't want to be dependent on a substance. But also, if you need to be on it the rest of your life, that's great. I don't care.
Right.
But I do feel like it's more than a pill's going to fix everything.
Totally. And you can't have that mindset. But I always say I like to you have to check in with yourself. Is my cup filled? Am I doing okay? And answer that question honestly.
Okay, so you have your second.
This is fun. Does this always happen to you guys? We're just kind of like flow away and then come back.
We always do a whole outline. Never ask a single question
it's
on
fine.
it.
Yeah. It always just goes.
That's the
where it
best
goes.
kind of podcast.
Exactly.
But okay, so after your second, things are starting to take off. KSL's coming, and you're just working part-time now at your corporate job?
Oh, no,
or
we're full-time.
Just in office part-time.
In the office part-time, but working full-time.
Yeah.
And so you're doing that and then coming home and sanding those dressers and flipping
after
them?
bedtime.
Because what was your content at this point? Was it, I want to post the before and afters, or I want to sell these?
It started to kind of be selling, but not as much, just because obviously with your audience, it's not all local. And so it felt kind of weird because I'm not shipping these. It was more of like a how-to. Here's how you can do it too.
Okay.
I think at the beginning, then I started getting into doing mirrors, like an Anthropologie dupe of the big fancy mirror. So then that kind of took a side thing. But then I think I started getting bored of dressers. I think you realize when you've stopped growth and it's less fulfilling. But I was terrified to do anything else. And I think I did start dabbling in some different saws. I like to say scare yourself slowly. Do something that's just a little bit scary, and then you'll just keep growing with DIY.
Was your husband really handy? Did he have all these power tools in the garage?
No.
Because I think about even me asking my husband to hang a curtain rod is the worst.
Yeah,
but I look at these DIY videos and I'm like, yeah, I could cut a 90-degree angle and
you
build this
could.
freaking entertainment center in my house. But where do you even start?
YouTube. You literally could do it tomorrow. I promise you. And that's the funny thing too. And I love this conversation because like so many women are so intimidated.
It does feel so intimidating.
It feels so intimidating. It almost feels like you're not allowed to. Women are not allowed. And you've never been told that. But subconsciously, you're just like, no, my husband has to hang that up. I have to wait for him.
Enough. Exactly.
Well, I get to these points where it's like, I'm the classic wife that's eventually like, babe,
fine,
will you
I'll do it.
Yeah. And then I'm just like, zzz, and I'm like, oh, I definitely can do it.
Yeah.
And I know how to do all this, but I'd rather have him do it.
Right. Totally. No shame. I think it's great. But that's the thing though. You totally can do this. And the second you do it enough, then you kind of just build on your skills like anything. Justin helps zero with my projects. Zero. Okay. He's very helpful in other areas, but projects, no.
So what kind of tools did you start with? If you're like, okay, if I was like, okay, I actually want to I'm trying to think of like a project that I've been wanting to do.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm always trying to find like the quickest, easiest things to do, but it's always usually stuff with wood or walls or hanging shelves. Do I need to go out and buy one of those big saws and a saw table and all that?
Yeah, no. It really just depends. And that's the thing is I love this conversation because I think we're capable of so much. And doing stuff in your own home, it's the best feeling ever. But honestly, I would say once you get your drill down, once you know how to use a drill, if you've never touched anything, I would say go find some knobs in your house that you hate and switch them out. Your kitchen knobs, your poles, anything like that. Use a power drill to switch out all of your knobs so you get familiar with how to turn it on and off and the power of it. And then I would say if you're wanting to do trim and stuff, there's a chop saw or a miter saw, which is pretty easy. It's like any trim. It's just pull down. But really, I don't use, and I feel like a table saw is the one that you're talking about that's like aggressive that a lot of people are scared of, that you have to like push things through.
Like the spinny thing, yeah.
The spinny thing. And I think that's probably the most intimidating, which I do love my table saw, but there's so many ways to work around it. There's this thing called a circular saw, and you just get foam core board, put it on the ground, then you get your wood, put it on top, and then you get a guide, and it's just like, you can do it by yourself. It really... I think we're intimidated by it because of our gender, but you guys could totally do it.
That's what I love is that you are like
genuinely, I
destigmatizing
believe
it.
this.
Yeah.
But I want to hear what was the next.
So I was pregnant with my third, my little girl, and I wanted to build bunk beds. That was my first big build, was my boys' bunk beds. And I feel like what everyone has to know about DIY, and accounts just like mine, is there's so much that you guys don't see. Right? Like, I'm not just going to Home Depot and pulling stuff off the shelf and then going home and
a
let's
second clip where you're just like
you said, you're like, that took
15 hours. Yeah.
But that's the thing that was so nice is instead of being on my phone and breastfeeding and just looking at everybody's stuff, I was researching the entire time. Anytime I was on my phone, it was, okay, now I can't figure out how I would do this. I'd Google it, try to find resources. I'd go to my friends' pages. Oh, I think she built a bunk bed. So I'd go to her page, watch her highlights. And then I would go to YouTube, how to add this to this, or how to install, what kind of wood to use for this. And I'm just researching and researching and researching, and I'm sketching and sketching. There's just so much of that happens behind the scenes that you never see. And so when I'm like, anybody that has interest in it,
it's like a passion.
Yeah.
I know you were passionate about it, and so you're learning about it. So you accomplished this bunk bed. Was it like, whoa?
Yeah,
I
it
can
kind
do
of was.
anything.
And there were tears and there was a lot of hiccups. But even now, my kids are still sleeping on this bed I built, and I look at it and I'm just like, how did I do that?
I made that. Do you feel like it was content driven? Were you like, I need to make this for content? Or was it more still at that point, like, I'm doing this as a hobby-ish?
Yeah. That's a good question. I feel like even today, sometimes projects will be brand focused where a brand wants me to do some sort of content to promote a product. But even today, I'm not going to do it if I don't want to do it. So like these bunk beds were necessary because the room's smaller. I was preparing for another baby. So now instead of flipping a dresser, I'm building a bunk bed for the other two. And so it was a necessity, but I didn't feel like I could do it. I was like, there's no way. I don't know how to do that. Another thing I like to say is you don't know what you're doing until you do. With anything, like you guys, you don't know what you're doing until you do. And now you guys are freaking, look at this.
That's the thing, though. Is I feel like we live in this world where you can literally do whatever.
What?
It's like that girl that's like, how hard can it be? Boys
do it. Yeah.
But it's like, no, how hard could it be? And why not me? We can look up on ChatGPT how to start a podcast, and then next thing you know, you're doing it.
Totally.
Same thing with you doing the DIY. But like, it does take, you have to be creative. You have to be disciplined. You have to be patient. You have to love it.
Right.
Because DIY is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
But it is cool because I feel like you've been able to merge the two because your marketing is so good too. Like I feel like you are skilled in that visual and making your brand and stuff. So you still are using those skills that you had.
Yeah.
But now it's for Sarah flips it.
It's wild. And that's a really cool thing too. And something that I feel very, very fortunate is I feel like my life and all of my passions and skills led me here. Because in no way, shape, or form was I like, I'm going to be an influencer. I am it. Never. But I just think I always loved videography. Always. Even before smartphones were a thing. I had the camera out, splicing videos together in Premiere. In high school, I was like a dorky. Like I was throwing pots in the pottery studio, and then I was in the darkroom developing pictures, and then I was painting. That was just my life. And then I go into PR, and I love storytelling and representing brands. And then all of a sudden, honestly, it feels like it fell into my lap. And now I have this amazing platform where I get to help women feel more empowered to do things. And now I have Motherhood, where I have this whole community that's backing me and helping me through it. And then hopefully I can share my experience and help them too. It's like magical.
Yeah.
That sounds so cheesy, but
really
it is.
Like seeing, wow, life can turn out better than you could even imagine. Your plan can snowball into something even better. So at what point were you like, okay, I think I'm ready to quit my job?
Oh, never. Never.
You never felt ready? Even now you're like, wait.
I'm like, wait, will you take me
Should I go
back? No, never. It's so nice. The autonomy. It's a blessing and a curse because I feel like I work 24/7 now, but in the best way. You guys know the highs match the lows when it's your baby. But yeah, I remember having a really hard time because at the time where I started considering quitting, I was pregnant with my third. And my boss, who I loved, and we were tight, he was like, I'm quitting. And I was like, what? The
like,
marketing
bye.
manager. I'm like, okay. And he was like, I'm going to recommend you take over for me. And I was like, I don't want that. I want to quit too. But I didn't know what to do. I was in this really awkward position where I didn't necessarily want a promotion. I wasn't looking for more work. And financially it was okay. I didn't want it. I had my kids and everything. Anyway, and so I remember just being very apprehensive about this promotion and taking it because I didn't know where I was going to be. And so I was actually very upfront with the VP of marketing, and I was like, look, I might quit. I don't know. So if you want to hire someone, and I felt like I had to apply. I owed it to them because they were such an awesome employer. So I was very upfront with him, and I'm so thankful that I was because I was like, hire someone else.
It probably made that transition a lot easier.
It did, but then he promoted me.
Yeah.
Then I was the marketing manager.
He's like, I don't care if you quit. I'll just take you for as long as I can get
Seriously,
you.
and it literally was so flattering, but I was like, okay. So here I am in my 20s, female, managing all of these old guys. Not old guys, they were younger, but all of them were older than me, like mid-40s, mid-30s.
And you're like, do the work.
And I'm like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm your boss. Yeah. No, and it was awesome. And I loved my team and it was great. But I mean, having all these direct reports and just, it was a lot of like Anyway, it
So
just
that's
was even more.
Because you had 3 babies at this point, or were you pregnant?
Pregnant with my third.
Okay.
I know, guys, it's my life, man. I'm just doing all
so
the things
were you,
popping out all the
okay,
things. So
what
then,
shifted?
so then I told him, I'm like, I'm just very 50-50 on maternity leave coming back or not. So I took my maternity leave. And then I just kind of knew at that point during maternity leave, I think I was in the backyard and I was holding my third. And I just was like, I can't do this anymore. It's all so good. And it's such a good problem to have. Like the whole time I felt very thankful that I had this problem of so many good things, but hard, so much work. It was just way, way, way too much. And something had to give. And I wasn't willing to get rid of the things I wasn't really willing to get rid of. And so, yes, I quit my corporate job. It was terrifying cleaning out my office that I'd worked so hard for. And it really was, even watching my own videos back of this beautiful big glass office. And here I am like, what are you doing? Like just risking it all in the hopes that this little account can carry my family. And I don't know, it's just...
But that's so cool, though.
It
That's the thing,
is.
it's so inspiring because there's a girl who has worked so hard, built this whole thing up. You have this whole thing going for you. And then this other thing, you have both. You have options. You have freedom. You have all the things you wanted.
Yeah. It's just crazy. And I think looking back at all the highs and lows, it just helps me recognize more and more that how you feel and your mental health is so much your perspective and your attitude than it is things going for you. I think it matters so little what's going on in your life. As long as you're working hard and you have the right perspective, happiness is kind of in your own hands.
But do you feel like you've had to learn that?
Yes.
Skill.
1000%. 1000%. Because
it's really
still hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
it's
learning
still
that.
hard.
Because you're seeking for
hard.
those things. Okay,
Yeah,
once
you're
I make
looking
it to
for it.
this, I'll be happy. Once I am the manager, once I have this many followers, once my kids are all at this age or whatever.
And I think I thought that too. I was like, once I quit my corporate job, I'm going to be way more present. I'm going to be way happier, way less stressed. No. It never goes away.
Yeah, because the opportunity right now is amazing, right? You can become an influencer, you can make a ton of money, you can retire your husband, you can raise your kids and work and do it all at the same time.
Yeah.
What is it actually like on that side?
I love that question.
Because you see all these moms on TikTok like stay-at-home mom of 3 trying to help with the bills or whatever. Yeah. Like you said earlier, you're working 24/7.
Yeah.
But is it better than a corporate 9 to 5 in some way? What are the pros and cons?
Yeah.
What's it really like? Tell us.
Yeah, I love that. I would say, bottom line, no one is doing it all. Absolutely no one is doing it all. I feel like sometimes it looks like I'm doing it all, and I am here to tell you I'm not doing it all. And that's true for anyone. Something has always got to give. Like right now, if I want to be present with my kids and have a successful company and manage all these other things, I have to have help outside of the home. So my sister-in-law, she's awesome. She helps me with my kids twice a week. And I have someone in my home that's helping me fold laundry on days I can't get to it and things like that. If I want to keep up on that, I have to. Anytime you're looking at anyone,
like you have to
take it for face value.
Delegate some things.
You have to. And no one's doing it all. And you have to recognize that because I think we get in this vicious cycle of like, oh, but look at her. She is just killing it. And it's like, probably, but it's because she's delegating and she's giving some things. Go easy on yourself.
So how is it? I guess this is kind of like your husband's question last night.
Yeah.
How do you feel like it's different than what you thought it would be? When you're like, okay, last day at my corporate job, heading into my new life, what things are not what you expected?
I feel like I'm working just as much. I just don't have office hours anymore. It's just way more of a juggle, way more of a crap show. It just is what it is. But I also think too, like I said, you have to check in a lot, I think, because I know my husband gets sick of me saying this, but I always say money's not the only currency. And I want a lot of different currency. Like
What
I want
kind of currency?
like time.
Okay.
That's a currency. Relationships, that's another currency. You can be rich in relationships and poor on paper. And so I just don't want to spend all this time and energy just chasing that and grinding and all this stuff, because at the end of the day, that's the thing that I've realized with all this is enough is never enough. And you guys know this too. You guys are in the content creation business. The analytics will eat you alive if you let them. And so I think where it's different and where it's the same is I've kind of just had to check in with myself mentally a lot more. Like the other day, I remember just feeling glued to my phone, like glued to my phone. You guys know those days where you're just like, why am I scrolling? I don't want to be touching it. I'm an addict. And so I just decided I was going to do, what did I call it? It was cute. I didn't even tell anyone. What was it called? Intentional Tuesday.
Love it.
So I started Intentional Tuesday. This was last week, and I'm going to do it every single Tuesday. I'm going to try. But you just plug your phone in and leave it plugged in, put it on focus so only your husband and some other people can call you, and just put it down. No scrolling, no nothing, and just try to be more engaged. And it was such a good reset. Just when you feel like you need a detox to just
literal touch grass, you know?
Yeah, touch grass, literally, because it can consume you. But
so you start doing Sarah Flips It full time. What does that even look like?
yeah,
Like,
it's
what was that
wild.
transition into full time? What
Yeah.
did that look like?
I'm probably way less planned out than people who are way more successful than me at content creation, but I kind of just do whatever I want whenever I want, unless it's, again, brand driven, which I love working with brands genuinely. And that's where a lot of my income comes from, is obviously brand work. And so those are like the only deadlines and timetables and stuff like that. But the more you take on, obviously, the more work you have. But then it's also nice to be working on projects that are super exciting to me and things that I want to be doing. And I feel like I have to have those, right? It has to be something I'm still interested in, or it doesn't feel authentic.
So give me an example of some things that are interesting.
Okay. Like my builds. This is funny. So the other day, my kids were at my sister-in-law's house. So this is when I'm doing all my saw work and all of the things that I don't want my kids around. And I remember I had to answer a bunch of emails from brands. And I remember just feeling so stressed, dropping them off. There were tears. And I was just feeling like, oh, why do I send them? Because usually they love it. But when the tears come, it's like, I am the worst mom. But then I remember thinking like, no, I just need a little project therapy. I'm going to go sketch and then I'm going to go cut. I'm going to go make some cuts and build this frame out. And then I'm going to feel better to actually work. So that's kind of what it looks like, is a lot of just, what can I do while the kids are here? What can they help me with? It's a lot of involving them too. I involve them as much as I can, because a lot of moms are like, I try to stay completely off my phone when my kids are there. I'm like, well, you rock, because I don't do that. It's hard. And playtime is hard work, it feels like. Jumping on the tramp, that's exercise now.
Oh, no. Now that my kids are getting older, I'm like, go jump on the tramp.
Yeah.
Like,
figure it out.
that's not me.
We're not playing trucks right
But
now.
then when I am with
I'm
them,
done.
I want their memories curated around my mom made me feel so, and listened to me.
Yes,
Because that's a
it.
big thing, is my oldest loves to talk. And so I just listen. But my second, he's not a big talker, but I just sit there in silence with him. If he wants to play, I'll play. If he wants to talk. But I'm realizing just being quiet is hard for me. But then his true little personality starts
Love
coming
it.
up. But anyways, the whole playtime thing, I'm like, nah, I ain't playing
I'm
these
good.
Power Rangers with you anymore.
See, and that's the thing that I've noticed too. Just figuring all this out as, I guess, a working mom that's also a pretend stay-at-home mom. I don't know. It's like this weird thing. People are like, what do you do for work? I'm like, I don't really actually know how to answer that question. So
You're like,
it's
take a
fine.
seat.
Yeah, take a seat. I've just learned that kids just want quality time, not quantity time.
Totally.
And so giving them 20 minutes of play where I'm like, nothing matters but what you are interested in. Those are going to be core memories, instead of me just like half trying to do all the things all the time. But if I do have to be on my phone, I always tell them what I'm doing. I'm always like, hey, Jack, look, I'm editing this video and it's going to be showing this. Do you want to come help me? I'll show you how to do it with me. And he's usually like, nah, I want to go play with trucks or whatever. But then at least he knows I'm not just like picking. I tell him why I'm doing it, what I'm doing.
And so
just
he's involved, and it's not just like, oh, mom's just
On her
chronically on her
phone.
phone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the thing that's hard to remind yourself now is when your kids look back on their life, they're going to appreciate and see how hard you worked. And that's something to be admired. And that work ethic is something that they're going to try to live up to, hopefully.
Hopefully. I know. And I think you worry about that as a mom. Another thing too I tell them is, you guys know how you guys need breaks sometimes? We have quiet time where you watch TV. Mom's break sometime is to be on her phone. Tell them that. What is wrong with that? Moms need breaks too. Everyone loves a good scroll sesh. Like, it's okay in moderation, like anything. But I don't know. It was cute. We were on a walk the other day and I was talking to this new neighbor. And she's like, so what do you do for work? Usually I'm like, I'm in marketing, you know. I'm like, I'm a content creator. And then my cute 6-year-old chimes in. I'm going to cry. And he's like, my mom makes videos to help people have better lives. I go, what? I feel like I'm going to live my whole life trying to live up to that title of that's what mom does for work. My heart just
That's really
burst.
sweet.
So now that's all I've been thinking about lately. Like, man.
That's your goal.
Yeah.
And I love that you have that intention behind it, because it could be just so surface level DIY, but it's like, no, I want to empower people to be able to do this on their own.
Yes. I just think it's so important for especially young moms. I think they have my heart right now because I am one and I know how tricky it is. There's all the things on you all the time and expectations. And here I've been blessed with this audience. And I'm like, how are you going to use your influence now? It just feels so much deeper than power tools, but at the same time, it's what I want it to be at the end of the day. Is I just want moms to know it's okay to grow alongside your kids. Find something, grow with them, because if you don't, you're going to get left behind and you're going to have resentment or you're going to struggle. Find something you're excited about and learn it and continue. That's self-care.
1,000%. What does Sarah Flips It look like today? Like the evolution to today?
Gosh, it's a lot of candy reviews. I don't know how that happened, but now it's like a core.
You're doing candy reviews?
I don't know how it happened, but that's a thing now on my page. I love candy.
Just reviewing different candies.
Yeah, isn't that random? Anyway, what does it look like today? It's a lot of building stuff. I'm finishing my basement. I've been finishing my basement for 2 years.
So you're doing everything?
Yeah. I had someone frame it and do the sheetrock, but I painted the whole thing. I'm doing all the finish work, trim, casing, builds, all the things. I'm learning how to plumb.
Wow.
Do electrical. Yeah. Little stuff. But I plumbed both of our sinks and our toilet downstairs, guys. Yeah. I'm
that
a
is like the most capable feeling because we remodeled our whole house.
It is.
And I got halfway through demo and I'm like, nah.
See ya. Oh yeah, demo.
Like I'm
Pulled a
hiring
couple
all this
baseboards
out.
off. You're like,
I
I'm
did
good.
do all
I'm
of the
good.
design and picked everything out. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do that. And I planned the layout of everything.
I love it.
But it's so funny because as the guy was doing the tile and all this stuff, my husband's like, we could totally do this. And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, literally. And that's the thing is you have to be excited about it, you know.
But
I
you
think that's
love it.
important. I love it. I love it. There's nothing better.
Do you like the actual doing it or do you like the design of it? I want to pick this tile and this brings me the most joy, or is it actually like I'm putting the stuff and sticking it on the wall?
Putting this stuff. I love all of it. I love it so much. And I love actually doing it because at the end of the day, you look at it and you're like, oh, I built that. I had almost zero help. And it's a really rewarding feeling just knowing that you built something. And with every DIY, I try something new. Right now, I'm looking into doing stonework, like natural stone and laying stones. And I'm like, this is hard. I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing until I do it. And I'm like, mess up. And then mental check note, don't do that again. And then the next time it'll be, and that's with anything.
Yeah. I know right now you're working on the basement build. Are you always wanting to change your house and redo stuff now that you know how?
Yeah, kind of.
You just look at that door and you're like, that's a stupid door.
That's stupid. I hate
I'm
that
just gonna
door.
rip that down tonight. Do you ever do impulse projects?
No, not really. I'm like,
you plan it out, you sketch it out.
I do. And I think my personality too, it's weird that I fixate and it has to get done. I don't jump from, I am
you have to finish
lock
one.
in. Yeah.
What I'm learning about you too is I feel like you're a very patient person.
I don't know. I hope so.
Kind of like a good things come to those who wait type.
Yeah, maybe.
mentality.
Or just work hard. Because for me, I feel like there was things that I could have done in my house, but it just would have taken longer.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to wait.
No, I totally get that. And I hire out sometimes too. And that's why I say scare yourself slowly. I do think there are things, don't just jump in. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of research behind doing things in your home, especially if you're dabbling in
electrical
and plumbing, things like that. You gotta do your research and
or just slowly build confidence.
Build confidence.
Start by cutting wood for a dresser, and then you can do a whole thing. Yes. So for someone who's wanting to get started, I asked you about the tools, but do you have recommendations of places to buy supplies? Is it always just Home Depot or wherever you can get it? Or if I want to replace all the doorknobs in my house, do you have any hidden gems or secret go-tos?
As far as brands go, I've been switching to Dual and everything that's just battery powered just because it's easy. You don't have to mess with the extension cords and stuff. As for like a Brad Neller, like if you're doing a wall or something you were talking about. But honestly, what I love, there's this Heart Tools. Have you guys seen those in Walmart?
No, you got to teach us everything.
Okay, you guys, when you're grocery shopping at Walmart, you can literally go buy saws. There's a whole aisle, and I feel like it's a lot less intimidating. They're a lot cheaper. Obviously, they're not as high quality because they are cheaper, but it's such a good entry level. If hardware stores intimidate you, which, like, me too. I remember going in to shop for wood for the first time. I mean, like, the lumber section is super intimidating. I don't know what I'm buying.
What does this wood mean? I don't know.
Yeah, like, what do I need if I just want to do a cute accent wall? I don't know.
Yeah.
And now I know what I'm doing, but I remember going in, liking everything, and then just crying and leaving. Totally. So Heart, I think, is a really good entryway. If you're just wanting to get started, go get a 10-inch chop saw or just buy what you need for a project you're excited about. Because people will say that all the time. What tools do I need? I want to start out and I just want to buy all the basic tools. And it's like, well, get it project to project because then you know you'll actually use it. With baby stuff too, it's like, don't buy all the things. Just buy it as you need it. So like find a project you're excited about in your home.
And it will say on videos that you do, you'll be like, okay, you need this.
So I'm going to need this.
I'm
going to need this. Yes. And if it intimidates you, then how can I do this without a this? There's so many ways to do it, but I would say, like just start with a project. And chances are you'll use that same saw for multiple projects. You'll get familiar. There's a lot of different ways to do things. There's not a right, like
way to do it.
Yeah, most things.
Where do you get your design inspo?
Pinterest.
Is that one of the things you're just scrolling on is Pinterest?
Totally. I think it's so important to find inspiration from a lot of different things. Or if I'm somewhere and I like something, I'll always take a picture of it. That's when I first start on a project. If I'm like, okay, I want to redo this room. What's the vibe? I just start scrolling Pinterest and start putting a huge board together of things I like. And then I'm like, okay, what similarities do I see between all these pictures of this inspo? And I'm like, okay, this is kind of the vibe I'm going for. Then it starts spiraling. Or even if I'm stuck in a project, I don't love the look of this right now, I'll go to Pinterest and just start looking just for some fresh inspo. And I think a lot of DIYers do that. You just need the fresh inspo when you're stuck.
Do you feel like your style's evolving?
Yeah, I think so. I don't even know what it is.
You're just like, I know I like that right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Does your husband have a say in the basement?
No, he thinks he does.
You're like, no, honey.
You're
You're
like,
I'm like,
"Thank
that's
you."
cute.
That's a great idea.
I know. He's like, I like my man cave. It's this.
Cutesy little man cave.
Yeah, that's how I
cutesy
am with
little
my
cute.
husband too. I just love the aesthetic of things, and I
Same.
want to walk into a room and be like, "This is bringing me joy." And especially when it comes to my kids, he's like, "Get the ugly Spider-Man pillow for them."
Oh yeah, totally.
And I'm just like,
this fight. Trust me.
I don't want it.
Karen's
though.
come after me for this.
I'm like, I don't want it. And now he bought the most hideous beds.
Oh yes.
They're like half bunk beds. They have the stairs. and
Oh
then-
yeah, the slide. Tell me there's a slide.
No, there's no slide. There's like an under cave.
Oh yeah, there is.
But it's
Heck
like
yeah.
this gray wash. It's so ugly. And I'm like, baby, no. They have the cutest beds right now.
Yeah.
They have beds, but he's like, they'll have so much fun with these.
Oh, I love it.
And I'm just like,
Yeah, there's a
Some
compromise.
compromise
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And that's what's funny is when I did the bunk beds and they're like this cute dark green, people are like, this looks like a teenager room. Like, why don't you let them? I'm like, because let me tell you, they like Spider-Man this month. Spider-Man won't be cool in 2 months.
Yeah.
And then what? You want me to come back and no.
that is literally me, because he'll go to Costco and buy those freaking 4 feet Spider-Man pillows.
Straight to jail. I hate stuffed animals. I am like a toy mom. Like, I am like, let them be little. They can be loud. They can buy all the toys, but stuffed animals?
No. I'm going to send you a
Straight
picture.
to jail.
He just brings
4
them home
foot
from
Spider-Man.
Costco. Oh,
It's
no.
horrendous on their bed right now. It's like 4 feet.
Yes, I love it.
And he loves it. But anyways, they have so many stuffies. And then I had a mom meltdown because I'm trying to make their bed. And
Stuffy on stuffy.
35 stuffies in. I look at them. I'm like, you can choose 5 stuffies. The rest are going. It's the asking room. It's where all the toys go to hopefully
it. To
rotate, but I
die. Just
never
kidding.
rotate them. And I'm like, 5 stuffies. The rest are going to the asking room. I'm like, we'll rotate them. But I'm just waiting for the day where they forget about them and then just trash.
Hate stuffed animals.
Sure. But I have 6 trash bags
Of stuffed
full
animals.
of stuffies.
Is Brandon buying them all for them?
Yeah,
Like,
Brandon
how are you guys getting all these?
loves. He's so fun, but
Yeah,
he
the fun
always
one.
shows up with a toy and a this and a that. But I'm like, these ugly.
That's the thing is,
stuffies.
I am all about toys as long as I have a spot for them and they're all organized.
Oh, I
But
can't.
stuffed animals, I'm like you. I'm like trash bag in the crawl space.
Oh, and you're 4 kids in.
Yeah. But luckily, none of them love stuffed animals. I'm praying my girl because I feel like it's mostly girls that like.
Well, I have all
love,
boys
like-
and they love stuffies.
Okay,
so
well, there you
just-
go. I'm gonna count my blessings that my children don't. Maybe I just never let them have them. They don't know what they're missing.
It's a whole thing with me. But you just had your 4th.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
how are
she's
you
4
feeling?
months. Honestly, I feel so much better.
Okay,
And I
because this
think
is
it
your
just comes
first
with
pregnancy without working a corporate job. How is that?
Honestly, it's crazy how much I have so much empathy for full-time homemaking moms that are in the home grinding every single day, because not being able to just get my drink and go sit at my desk and like boop 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 on my computer during pregnancy, woof. Chasing 3 toddlers all the time, my back was like, no thank you.
It's such a trade-off.
It is such a trade-off. And I guess I've never done like hardcore homemaking. I feel like that's the career you are in when you're a stay-at-home mom. You're a full-time homemaker. You still have an awesome career. It's in the home, you know. I can have empathy for both sides because being a working mom is so hard. Being a half working mom is so hard. Being a full-time homemaker in the home is so hard. But they're just different kinds of hard. You just have to pick your hard.
Do you feel like you found a good balance right now?
Yeah, I think it varies moment to moment. There's moments where I'm like, I cannot do this anymore. I am so overwhelmed. And then there's moments, like the highs match the lows. There's moments where I'm like, look at this beautiful life that we've created. I am so thankful. And I'm sure you guys have that too. I just think recognizing that, because I think moms are so worried about what's best for their family that they forget altogether that they're part of their family. You're such a key part of your family. Why not make sure you're doing what's best for you too? And I get that not everybody has that opportunity to pick what they do. A lot of moms have to work. A lot of moms feel like for some reason or another that they have to be home with their kids. I don't know, being able to just recognize, how is my cup being filled so that I can fill other cups with it.
I'm in that thick right now.
Yeah.
I was just telling Sammy this today. I know I need to prioritize myself, but it's so hard when your kids are like, I'm hungry and this one needs a bath, dinner needs to be made. And I just put myself on the back burner, but I'm realizing it seems like I don't have any time, but I have to carve out time because in order to be the best mom, I do need to put myself first sometimes, but it's hard when you don't feel like you have the time.
I totally agree. It's hard to carve out time, but it's so important to just have that thing. That's what I'm saying. Instead of just scrolling when you're like, I just need to check out for a second, you know, because we all get there. So instead of checking out and just like looking at what everybody's doing and doom scrolling, like find something you're excited about and get after it. Start the beginning. Like, I want to start a podcast. Okay, let's start those steps. Let's plant that seed. Something that's exciting and a little bit scary. I think every mom should have in their back pocket.
So what's the future? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? With Sarah Flips It, with your family?
I don't know. I've thought of that a lot. Where do I want to go? You know? I would love to do in-person events. I think it would be so fun just getting a bunch of girls together and having something where you can kind of reset or refresh. I don't know if it would be more just focused on
just community versus like DIY.
Yeah, I think so. Which I love. DIY is like my passion. I love it. It's so fun. And I'm so glad that I've gotten to this point. But I also think a lot of what I'm really passionate about is just helping other women who maybe don't see it in themselves. In another life, I would love to be a life coach without that title because I feel like life coach makes it seem like she's got it all together. Nope, that's not what you're signing up for. I've always thought there should be something in between therapy and life coach.
Like mentor these women.
Yeah, like
help
some
them
people
believe
just
in
need
themselves.
somebody.
But you are doing that through influence.
Yeah,
that's
and
why
what
they're
my
called
hope is.
influencers. If you bring that positiveness to that space, it really does help. Do you feel that freedom to expand beyond DIY? Would you love for it to become more of a combo of something, or are you just wanting to stick to that space?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think it's really fun right now in my current phase of life where I have a new build that I'm kind of creating a custom home. It's a lot DIY focused. I also have a blog I just launched that's more tutorials and helping other people like learn these skills. But I do think that that's a content pillar of mine that I'm really passionate about is motherhood and just like feeling okay and enjoying motherhood instead of grinding through it. I just hate that mentality, which I get it. Like it's tough, but I think it's all perspective too.
How do you feel about sharing your kids online?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. I've thought about it a lot actually lately. It's funny that you bring that up because it's hard to know what to do because obviously their safety is like I worry about that all the time, but it's so hard for me when I get DMs that are like, you helped me through X, Y, and Z by sharing this, that it's worth it to me to be able to share motherhood. But it's tricky. Even just sharing your kids on Facebook to like your friends and family, you just don't know.
I know I have no following, but I'm just having this weird, I don't know.
Yeah. No.
I don't know what to do because also it's like they're my life. I'm so proud of them. I want to like share their accomplishments, especially to friends and family. I'm not worried about that, but just to strangers. I have this feeling, I've mentioned this before, but in 10, 15 years, there might be a different, like it might be more weird.
Totally. I totally agree. And I've felt weird about it lately too.
Well,
Just careful about what you share. Even now, I always make sure my kids are all the way clothed. Some accounts, it's like whatever. They're out in the sprinklers in their underwear or whatever. I think you just really have to be mindful and feel okay about.
I think that that's a really probably hard place that you're in since you do have such a large audience following you. It's like, where is this? But it is my life and I do want to help people and I do want to share this.
Yeah.
And it's like, also again, like I'm so proud of my kids. I think about my kids being teenagers. Are they going to feel weird if I were to post this?
Totally.
But it's a problem that I don't think anyone knew would be like this.
A thing, yeah. Be a problem.
When Facebook started and stuff like that. You know, it's like, oh, cool, my aunt and my cousin saw my kid. But now it's like literally the world is seeing that. And obviously that's not your focus is like your kids. But I'm just curious. And I've been asking a lot of influencers that are coming into our space what they're thinking about it. And it is, everyone's like, it's
hard to know.
Yeah, no one knows how to
But also
navigate it.
as a mom, I love looking at content of other moms.
Yeah. It's like, it makes you feel less alone. But that's the thing too, is like, I'll never, ever force my kids to be in any video. I always ask them to, like even my 4-year-old, like, are you okay? Look, this is what I put together. Like, are you cool with that? And he's like, yeah, you know, or like if I'm doing an ad for like a collaboration, I'll always ask them, do you want to be in this with me or no? You never have to. We went to the county fair the other night and we stayed up so freaking late, like monsters. So the next day they were monsters. Everyone was screaming at the same time, like 2, 4, and 6-year-olds all just losing their actual minds. And so I just pull out my phone and I'm just like recording this, send it to my husband. And I felt so bad because my 6-year-old was like, Mom, are you going to put that on Instagram? I was like, buddy, I will never post anything like that on Instagram of you ever. I'm like, I know you're having a hard time. Mom was just going to show Dad how all 3 of you are screaming right now.
That is hilarious because I literally have a video that I sent to my husband yesterday and my kid's screaming.
Right? I'm like, you need to be here too.
Yeah. I'm like,
watch the whole thing over and over again.
That's the thing where I'm like, you better stay
Sit
to the
down.
end.
Yeah, stay to
you
the
better
end.
watch this to the very
You better
end.
be watching
Watches
this.
it for 2 seconds, turns it off.
He's like, I don't want to hear
Yeah,
this screaming. I'm
forget
like,
this.
this is what I'm dealing with
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
So is he gone all day, your husband?
No, actually, he works from home. So he's working in the basement in our office that I just redid. And it's super nice to have him. I mean, he's on calls a lot, but just like having him there if I need like a second, it's nice that he's super, super hands-on. So
I love that. I love this. And I loved going through all your DIY journey and everything.
Yeah.
And just motherhood in general. It's so funny because I think we have people come in that have a certain niche, but it is so comforting knowing that there's this through line of humanity, motherhood, womanhood.
yes.
Through everything you're doing. There's so many nuggets. Like, I don't DIY, but I'm a woman on this planet. And I feel like a lot of what you're sharing and expressing and experiencing, other people can really relate to.
Yeah. I think we're all so much more similar than we think we are. Like
So
at
true.
the end of the day, we're all feeling all the same feelings for different reasons, good and bad. We're in this together. It's a village and the village is huge.
Do you feel like you found a community through social media at all?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. There's a big group of DIY and everyone, seriously, every single girl I've met through DIY is incredible. They're just amazing women. And it's funny because we'll go on these trips together, all the DIY girls, and these are all my competitors. We're all working with the same brands. We're all doing the same thing. And it feels nothing like a competition. We're all just here cheering for each other. We'll get on calls. We'll ask each other questions about things. We're sharing spreadsheets. We're sharing everything. Like,
Just trying to help each other.
it's incredible. It
That
seriously
is
is like
amazing.
having high school friends that aren't mean. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, like in high school, you're all kind of mean.
Yeah. And you're like rooting for
1,000%.
each other and
You're
you're looking
all-
at them as competition and you're doing
Yes,
those things.
it's
Yeah.
weird.
But I
But
feel
now
like
you're all
that-
matured and you're all just like, you got this. Like,
But I feel like that's unique to DIY because I've heard the opposite.
totally.
Like
It's
the
very
people we've
unique.
had on here, that it's very competitive and
Yeah.
it's very underhand, cutthroat.
Yeah. And I've heard that too. And it's all very hush hush. Like, I'm doing my thing, you're doing your thing, which is normal. But in the DIY community, it
Feels
really
like
is
it's a
like
different
magical.
breed.
It's a
Yeah.
different breed. And I think it does take a specific type of girl to be able to just
Go for it.
go
To
and
be
be
a
dirt.
DIYer,
Yes.
Who's empowered and wanting to give that to others.
Yeah, and doesn't care about getting dirty and is just kind of tomboy at heart.
I can just tell you were a chill girl at heart.
I hope so.
No, you
that's
are.
such a compliment.
Chill girl at heart.
I'm putting that in my LinkedIn bio. LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
That's what comes to
You're
mind.
you're corporate girly. You're a
Hey
corporate
guys.
girly.
Yeah. Show girl at heart.
Forever and ever.
I love it.
Sarah, thank you so much for
guys are
coming
the
on.
best. Thanks
I
so
love
much.
chatting with you.
Yeah.
This was so much fun. I feel like everyone's going to love this episode.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Oh my
amazing.
gosh, I hope so.
Okay,
You
we'll
guys are the
talk.
best.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.